Beard here, coming at you with another live. What is up? What is up, party people? Sorry, I have to adjust some things. You guys probably hear a delay all the time, huh? Hey, Queen. What's up? For breakfast this morning, we got the jalapeno bacon breakfast potatoes. Hey, Trapper. Welcome. So we'll give it a try. Jalapeno bacon potatoes sound pretty damn good to me. I've got to smoke a cigarette first. So let's see if I can actually place y'all like that. Hey y'all. Hey, that works. What if I shut the car off? Even better, it's cold out here. Being short has some advantages. Somebody that was like 6 feet tall wouldn't be able to just. They'd have to like bend over like this to be even able to see. Just you're waking up and drinking my coffee, waiting for kiddos to wake up. Ooh, it's your peaceful part of your morning, huh? The time before the chaos starts. Wouldn't have any other chaos though. It's 7:18 a.m. Oh wow, it's 2 hours. I know you're in Canada, so you must be. Oh yeah, you said before. Never mind. I was like, damn, it's like my California friends, where they're like, hey, good morning, and you're like, good morning. It's noon, and they're like, it's 10:30 here. Like, it's crazy being in Hawaii, British Columbia, Canada, home of Nardwuar, the human serviette. Nardwuar here from British Columbia, Canada. The home of the greatest punk rocker in American history. That's awesome. We're here in front of Dutch Brothers. Ooh, PA, welcome in. We're trying a new, oh, of course. Darn. They were sleeping in, but just for a little bit. We got the breakfast combo at Wendy's. with the jalapeno bacon breakfast potatoes, a lemonade tea, and the breakfast baconator. Oops, sorry. It's about as good of a breakfast combo as you can get. We'll see how the breakfast potatoes are. Usually it's the best with the Cinnabon bites. I'm not even one that likes cinnamon rolls or sweet stuff. It's so nice to have the Wendy's combos that you can get options that are not a fucking hash brown. There's a lot more breakfast sides than fucking hash browns, so.
Peeping in, girl.
I'm drinking a. Fuck, what do they call it? These they have like this natural energy drink at Dutch Brothers, and I got a coconut vanilla. What the fuck? PA, what the fuck? This chat is wild. Don't unsub. If you unsub, then who's gonna be left? It smells like a Chinese dish. It smells like Chinese food. It's my first thing. I'm like, without looking at it, I'm like, this is Chinese food. If I was blind and somebody handed me this, I would think it was Chinese food. That isn't the best. Look pretty good, other than some poor jalapeno choices. I'll be there soon, PA. I'll be there soon. Ow, fuck. Like, rip my skin. What the fuck? First things first, Wendy's, they got some good bacon. Second thing, they don't got spicy jalapenos. Hey, Steven. Wow, as somebody that eats mild jalapenos, those jalapenos are a little too mild for me. There's no heat. What the fuck? It tastes fine, it's just disappointing. Nothing's wrong with it. It's just... Okay. Oh, I should have worn my fishy hat. I always mean to, and I forget to. Hey, sunshine. So we're here in front of Dutch Brothers. Give me a good one. Oh, Jasper, hey. Wow, people are pulling up. Dutch Brothers has a few drinks that are pretty good. All in all, Dutch Brothers, I think, is kind of lacking from the other places. That's what I'd say. If you're fucking sick of Starbucks and Dunkin' and all that, I guess it's a good alternative. I have my... They have this new, like, fizz refresher thing that's all natural, like, caffeine and flavors, and I'm drinking on a coconut vanilla right now. Coconut vanilla is to die for. Sugar free, too. Hell yeah. I'm eating something myself. I'm not very hungry. Not really feeling like eating much. I'm a grazer. Oh, damn. I have failed. I am not the biggest Emmykin fan. How are you doing this morning, sunshine? Emmy? PA? I didn't know there were Emmy merch stickers. Damn. I would have ordered something. It's on the side of your safe. I have several stickers. I don't know what the hell to do with them. I'm trying to think of something that I can put the stickers on that it's permanent, and I haven't found that yet. This medium one here at Dutch Brothers, I did tip them $1. I do tip that, but it was like $7.56, which I guess for a medium energy drink ain't too bad. With the all natural caffeine and all that, I mean, that's hard to beat. The all natural caffeine stuff is theoretically it's better for you. When I say things like a food is better for you, I'm not saying that a food is healthy for you. There's certainly other alternatives that are more unhealthy. I could put the... I don't know. I wash my hats, though. Particularly after the summer, I have to wash my hats. That's the issue. It's a good idea, though. Yeah, the Wendy's combo is really good, especially with the Cinnabon Bites. Oh, the breakfast baconator with the Cinnabon Bites. And I usually get one of the zero sugar Caddyshack from the Peace Tea. I've thought about it. I just have to wash them. It's I have a spare sticker of like greases. That would work, I guess. What the hell? Oh, Skechers is opening a store over there. Oh, Beard loves some Skechers shoes. Let me tell you, I'm a big Skechers fan. If I'm wearing shoes, it's gotta be Skechers. I have several shoes that are Skechers. I have one that's not, but I don't usually wear shoes. I'll wear sandals, so unless it's like in the negatives, then I have to put my boots on. Did they have a new spicy chicken sandwich? Their spicy chicken sandwiches are the best at fast food, as far as I'm concerned. I look for food that tastes good. Does it taste good? Is it spicy? Is it like super spicy? No, but does it taste good when it's spicy? Yes. That's exactly what you're looking for. I don't understand why people would complain about it, but they do. I feel like people would complain if they had silk toilet paper. There's some people that would complain about having silk toilet paper. Oh, Vans are a good shoe, too. I've just needed shoes several times, and I think mine are slip-ins. They're really comfortable shoes. I'm all about comfort in my feet. PA is the one that would complain about the silk toilet paper. We know it now. Like, it's not absorbent at all. It's not absorbent. It just smears. As long as you don't get poison oak leaves. Getting the poison oak leaves would be bad. Not good. The fuck is that Karen looking at me for? Oh yeah, there's the Perkins American flag. I'm just taking in what limited nature is around. You don't realize how... Makes sense to me. You got poison oak all over your arms. Damn. That makes sense, and Skechers make a good shoe, so... We had to go somewhere really rugged to hike in Arizona. And they forced me into getting shoes for it. And I had to wear Skechers, and they didn't tear my feet up. I didn't get blisters from it, which is a lot more than most, though. Which is good. Because if I hike in boots or sandals, it rips my feet to shreds. If I hike in boots or shoes, only sandals. I can only hike in sandals. I think it's after 10 years of doing it that my feet are just so used to it. Particularly in shoes, you rub the top of your feet all the time, and I'll get blisters there like crazy. It's the bottom of my feet that are so tough. My bottom of my feet are really tough nowadays. I bet I could walk through glass. I'd rather not be barefoot and find out. I know when I was hiking around when I was hiking around Lake Shawnee, I stepped on a thorn that was like 6-7 inches, and it went up into the sandal and into my foot. And I noticed I was walking a little weird. I was a little uncomfortable. And then I sat down and I pulled my foot up, and there's this thorn sticking out, and it's like right into the bottom of my foot. Fanny girl. Let's go transfer spots, kiddo. I agree. Let's go somewhere a little more isolated, a little more nature. I need coffee bad right now. Capital. I think I recognize that language. Yeah, Jasper, you have a good rest of your day. It might be live here in a little bit for you. Hopefully you didn't, like, wipe yourself. Like what happened in the Boy Scouts, I got lost, I had to go to the bathroom, and I ended up wiping with poison oak. Or poison ivy. That's the story of when the notorious sex offender, he's the one that found me. But he was all cool. He wasn't weird or creepy at the camp. Weird, but I look back at it and I'm like, he really knows how to find a kid in the woods, so of course he was able to find me easily. Once I learned it, I'm like, oh yeah, that's how he was able to find me easily. And the first time he's done it. And that's a little disturbing, but... It's crazy to read, like, none of, like, the Boy Scouts or any of his victims He was like one of the camp counselors at the Boy Scout camp for like 30 years or something like that. And not a single kid in that time was a victim of his. Which is just weird to me. I'm like, there's no way. Like, this guy's a freaking sicko and he's isolated or alone with little boys. Like, you're kidding me. I remember he like, I was there like in kind of an open field sort of area, and he came out of the woods and he's like, oh, here he is, and he's like, are you thirsty? He's like, you've been gone for about 6 hours. Like, he's like, I bet you're thirsty. And he gave me a drink. And he had me follow him and led me right back to where the trail was. He wasn't weird or anything about it. But then, like, you read the paper, like, you know, like 15 years later, and you're like, this guy's over 100, like, child sex charges, like, life in prison, like. And you're like, what the fuck? I'm telling you, 30 years of the camp, not a single kid. Rambo. Oh, yeah, hey, Rambo. What's up? Yeah, he ambushed me, so, I mean, he'd probably been watching me for a while. Because I could definitely tell that he was acting like he found me. You know, he's acting like, oh, he all of a sudden came out of the woods, and oh, here he found me. Like, I remember that I could tell that he was acting. In Kansas, if you have more than one, like, a child sex offense, they'll hit you with life in prison without the possibility of parole. That's your charge. That's what you'll be charged with. We're really harsh about it, and I love it. Yeah, I'm just trying to chill and just trying to keep myself focused and balanced. I had some pretty devastating news the last couple days, and some shit's changed in my life. And there's definitely some personal shit that we got to tell you all about it at some point. But I don't know if now is the time or anything. Any of you praying fanny packers, keep Penelope and her family extra in your prayers, though. She needs it. She's very lost as a human at the moment. What's up? We had vultures in our backyard yesterday. That was really cool. I just saw another vulture. It was cool until my dad noticed that we had vultures in the backyard. And anytime there's animals around his house at all, he has to scare them away. So me and my mom are bird watchers. So we were watching them, and then he just came out of the house clapping his hands and hollering, saying, "Get out of here! Get out of here!" And then he picked up the dead squirrel that they were eating and just threw it off into the woods. He picked that up with his bare hands. Who knows how long it's been dead? Anything, and it's been getting eaten by vultures. Like, you're not gonna put a glove on before you grab that? And he doesn't wash his hands either, so I guarantee he did that, then he ate and didn't wash his hands. Jesus. Yeah, there was a dead squirrel, yeah. Oh, yeah, you saw that. They have handicap access for this hiking trail. Oh, yeah. Penelope is a very nice person. Very, very kind. Almost more kind than I deserve. Let's get to the breakfast baconator before it gets too late. If y'all haven't had the breakfast baconator, that's the best breakfast sandwich in fast food. Y'all, they're pretty nasty and dirty, yeah. That's why we were like, what did you do that for? I got the most fake egg I've ever seen in my life. Look how fake that egg looks. What the fuck? I've never had an egg that they've given me that. I don't really. That's gross. It doesn't even taste like an egg. Well, damn, Wendy's. I was talking about how good your. It tastes like rubber too. It looks like the fake fucking eggs. The middle part of the egg looks fine. This is outside part of the egg that's like that. I'm not gonna eat it. If I had to eat it, I would. Thankfully, I don't. Damn, I was talking about how good the breakfast baconator is. Wendy's. You better still not disappoint me. That's the worst fucking egg I've ever had on anything ever. I've had prison food with eggs on it. Good. Sorry. There's some there. Nice sausage, nice bacon. Let's not talk about the egg, but there's an egg on it too. There's a reason I don't like eggs very much. That is the worst egg I've ever had on anything. It's not even. I've had eggs from a carton. This is something else. It's like MRE eggs or something. I don't know. If you get in the middle of the egg, it doesn't taste too bad. There's a reason I don't eat eggs. I get reminded of it when I eat shit like that. Let's throw it out here. Let's throw it out. Let's throw it out, for real. Let's throw it out into the. Let's throw it out into nature. It's food, right? You can't litter when you throw food. alright? That's not littering. It's impossible to litter with food. Some animal will come eat it. Some ant, something. What if, like, a bird flies down, takes a bite of it, and then it just starts attacking my window? It's like, ah, you motherfucker! Beard gets in a beef with a vulture. Yeah, of course. I threw it in front of me. As you see, in front of me is... That's in front of me. So... Yeah, I wouldn't throw it in the road. That's kind of fucked. There's deer here? I've never seen a deer or any sign of deer around this area. Huh. This is one of the few, like... One of the few, like, nature areas that has the native prairie biome. The native prairie biome, we're trying to reintroduce it in the state, actually. Trying to buy land back up from the farmers to turn it back into the prairie. I'm glad they finally decided to bring it back. Because it's what Kansas was known for, and it's all gone except a very small area. Oh, of course, yeah. You have a wonderful rest of your day. Shit. We're clumsy right now, I guess. This is a nice little energy refresher thing. Way better than a regular energy drink. This is more like a sparkling water with caffeine. Something that you feel good about drinking. Oh shit, Fanny. I don't have my tripod. I forgot my tripod. So we have to do things the old school way. Some old school shit was weird. Sorry, Fanny. The other times I've had the breakfast baconator, it's been better. The sausage and bacon are good on it, and so is the Swiss cheese. That egg is unfucking acceptable. I refuse to recommend a breakfast sandwich that has an egg of that quality on it. It will destroy my reputation as a reviewer. That's why you won't see Beard taking sponsorships unless they let me say whatever I want. I believe in my reputation and my word as a reviewer. A lot of people don't trust reviewers because they're like, oh, other people have different tastes from me. Fuck, McDonald's has better eggs than that. As cheap as I can get, yeah. Like, I really believe in my reputation. Like, people don't trust them because, like, all people have different tastes from everybody else. And I'm like, that's true. I try and look beyond that. That's why I'll review peach and strawberry things, even though I don't like them. Because I've got to look beyond my own biases. I like this bridge here. It's old. Can you see through the bridge? Fuck yeah. Oh, I hope I don't show a dead body on camera. There's animal poop there. I almost walked into. There's a chance I could show a dead body, so I'm like, ugh. Ugh. Damn, they cleaned up the river for a while there. Now it's back to being dirty. There ain't no fish in here. There's like a blanket there. It just makes me sad seeing all the trash. Oh yay, mud. It's muddy. I don't have my towel or my stuff to get the mud off my feet, so I guess we'll see how it goes. Oh, it's not muddy up here though. This is the tallgrass prairie. It's in the process of growing at the moment. If you remember, we've been here. I've been trying to show you guys this in all the different seasons. And this is the season when it started to bloom and grow. They already burned it with the fire. This is it. There's no, other than the Flint Hills, there's not really any other prairie in the world than what we're looking at. So the sunflowers will be grown and they'll create a maze in here. At the present moment, it's just grassland, open grassland. I've always wanted to see a bobcat. These are a state bird, the yellow-tailed hawk, the red-tailed hawk. Oh, it's a red-tailed hawk. The yellow-tailed hawk is our state bird. That's a red-tailed. There's 100 species of grasshopper that usually are around in here, but I think it'd be cool to see a bobcat. One of the rarest animals around here I've never seen. I wish they still had the history of barbed wire over here. Evidently, Kansas farmers were among the first ever farmers in the world to use barbed wire. They didn't invent it, but they were among some of the first to use it. I think I think in the Australian outback was the first place they used barbed wire. I could be mistaken about that. it would check out. It's crazy to see it like this. This is the craziest one to see it to me. Because it's all burning up. It's all flat and it's been burned up recently. You can see from the ground. Yeah. No shit. Some people can't. Nicole's been through a lot more life than either of us, though. Well, she knows a thing or two about what she's talking about. This isn't some fucking dipshit, fucking asshole, piece of shit, loser, motherfucking piece of shit asshole knocked this fence down. But this is an old school stone fence. One that was built in the 1850s. What was it, last summer? Some dipshit asshole piece of shit knocked it down. I hope his family is cursed for 1,000 generations for doing that shit. The original farmer that owned this land built that. It was one of the first fences they built here before the barbed wire came around. And they kept it as a historic example. And then some dipshit knocked it down last summer. If I caught them, I would have beat their fucking ass. Like, I mean, I've had to depend on my parents for like the last 10 years myself. But I'm getting out of it. I got stuck into it. I got trapped into it though. But I've been dragging myself out. It's good to have a safety net like that. If you have a real estate company, why would you rely on your parents? Probably make more money than they do. Oh, I thought we had a dead animal here. No, just a pile of dirt. I thought we had a dead animal. Yeah, real estate might not be the long-term way to do things. I was looking to see if somebody dumped a body or something. Because, it happens. There's a basketball and some weird pottery thing. A water jug. I don't have too long of a live plan. I do have some shit I have to do, but Nicole owns her land. Like, forget a house. She owns land with multiple places. All, all worked and built by hand and put together. Yeah, I'm gonna hide you. I'm bored. I'm sorry, Nicole. I know you were having fun. I'm just, I'm bored by that. Yeah, what a loser. And I'm over here live, like, in the morning. And he's a bigger loser. I know you were having fun. I apologize. I'm just, I'm trying to mentally focus and have a good morning and can't deal with a dipshit like that. No, really, the definition of a loser is like having a good job like that and relying on your parents and letting them buy things. Like you make your fucking shitload of money nowadays. Like it might go away, but that is ultimate loser behavior. If you have nothing, you're like, oh, my parents give me a little bit of food here and there. Like I don't know you personally. Like you're a friend of mine. Like you're not gonna be one of the super close friends, but I definitely know you. I don't want a loser piece of shit like that around. He's boring me. He's just trolling. He's not being a fun troll either. And he'll put up with that. I don't have to, and I won't. Yeah, some people on YouTube, it's nuts. Let's get there. Yeah, we had a really big showing at first. A lot of the fanny packers showed up and said hi. That was awesome. That's as awesome as it gets. That's what I was hoping for with the live. Like, I'm bad about it. I get distracted. Nicole knows. I get distracted with live, so I get it when people are in and out. I get distracted and I'll be like, oh shit. Like an hour later, I'll be doing something. I'll be like, oh shit. Nicole's at her fire. I'm like, hey Nicole, hey. Shit. It happens all the time. All the time today. There's some people I try and always support, though. It got a little hot in the 2 layers, I won't lie. Why is this person going like 10 miles an hour in front of me? I've slept in my car before. Ain't nothing wrong with sleeping in the car. Your ancestors would be like, holy crap, like you have something that you can travel around in and sleep in? Like, well, it's not as comfortable as sleeping in a bed. And they're like, what? This is a good energy drink. Sorry, I looked like I was trying to do like that. I'm not a big, strong guy, so. I mean, my legs are, just not my arms. I can do like 50 squats or something like that. This has been a good distraction. Penelope's got some live shit going on that's taking up all her time, so yeah, we decided to take a break. So that's why I need a distraction. So she's got to focus too much of her time towards her mom, which is a perfectly, as the most valid reason I've ever had a lady actually do it. It's not permanent, it's not going to last, but it's going to be a thing for a while. I've got to support her in the tough, trying times. And show her that I'm here for her, that I actually meant what I said. But It makes me kind of sad, but, you know. I love how mature she is, where she's like, I'm not gonna have time to talk. Like, it isn't fair for you. I just can't do it at the moment. We've been struggling with it since the start, trying to work and this kind of thing. But me and Penelope are good for each other. Hey, Beth. Sorry, I was ranting. I know y'all don't give a shit, but... This coconut vanilla drink is to die for. I wish I had my pocket reel in the pocket pack. I fished with it a few times, actually. I fished with it once, actually, yeah. Once. I think I figured out how to get the jig on. So that's good. I don't know the shit. I wasn't raised by a manly man, so... I was raised by a guy that thought manual labor was beneath him. I mean, that was work to hire workers to do. So, to learn outdoor stuff, I have to teach myself totally. Any handyman stuff I've learned, I had to teach myself. My dad would be like, why would you want to repair that yourself? You could just call somebody and they'll do it for you. Why would you want to waste your time doing that? And you're just like, what the fuck? Hey, Jasper. I don't know where the fuck we're going. I have no idea. The one in front of me looks like that. Is that actually in focus? Did we actually get in focus? Holy shit. How'd I get in focus? However I got in focus, that's awesome. Military veteran. There's Manning Music. I took my noise guitar into Manning Music, and they were like, what the fuck? I thought he said Bobby Boussolet, and I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, Bobby Boussolet? Charles Manson's guitar player? Bobby Boussolet might get out of prison this year. He's been in prison since 1967. That's a long fucking time to be down for. 67, 68, something like that. 68, I think it is. Hardy's opened back up. It's a little chilly, but more mild than anything, I guess you'd say. It's not too cold. It's certainly not one. I don't even know. What is my... Hold on. It says that my temperature thing on my car says 56 degrees. It seems about right. It's windy though. Fairly windy. Well, y'all would consider it windy. I don't know where y'all are from, but that donut shop is closed. The granddaughter's in the wood stove. We're just kind of driving around now. I don't know where the fuck we're going. I have no idea. No clue. I'd go home, but I can't yet. If my parents were home, I have to deal with when I get home. Like my dad is constantly high anxiety and worried and stressed out. Life is total misery and suffering for him. But he's never... He's never had struggle or anything. So I have to deal with him fucking freaking out, bothered by things. And if I make a single noise, he's gonna scream my name at me. So I prefer people not to know my real name online. And I've told him that before. It offended him and bothered him. He didn't understand, didn't get it. He's like, why wouldn't you want them to know your name? He's like, how would they be able to brag about you later if they don't know your full name? I'm like, I don't care about that. I used to have a card that I could use like gas because it's my mom's car and she uses expensive gas. Like I don't want to fucking pay for it. Like she's the one that made that choice, not me. But he took that card away from me because I didn't want strangers on the internet to know my full name. And to punish me for that, like it pissed him off and made him so upset. Like he didn't talk to me for a day over it. All because I didn't want strangers on the internet to know my name. It just pissed him off just as much as you could get. Yeah, hey Jay. I prefer to go by Beard. Everybody calls me Beard. Beard is my name as far as I'm concerned. Police. Policia. 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 We're listening to Lizzo, huh? I don't know why that's going sideways like that. There we go. I don't want people to know my real name. Like, I'm close enough with people like Emmy and Fishy. They know it. Well, they've sent me merch, so of course they know. Oh yeah. Well, Jasper's a cool name. So I don't know if Jasper's your real name, but that's a cool name. Nicole, I assume your real name is Nicole. If your real name wasn't Nicole, I'd be impressed. Because I believe you. So, yeah. There's a lot of road work going on. I can't believe we actually have road work going on for us. You think you know my real name? See, I don't mind if somebody like you knows it. I just don't want every asshole on the internet to know it. We passed a lot of veterans.
If you are looking for an absolute banger to get everyone in the club dancing, I'm gonna suggest throwing on a little Usher. Okay, Usher came on while I was pregame the other night, and I'm pretty sure everyone immediately took a shot. So pull over if you're driving. Let's have an Usher dance party.
Yeah, yeah. Penelope isn't her real name. Not many people know that. Beard sounds cooler anyway, yeah. I want to get famous enough on YouTube that I'm going to go change my name to just Beard. Like, it can be my legal name. One single name, Beard. Like Teller or who's that other? There's a musician that has the single ID, the single passport, the single name passport. I forget who that is. Is it Rihanna? Could be Rihanna. What is Rihanna's real name? Like, she definitely could be somebody that goes by the one name. What is the cop doing? He's flipping a bitch. You flipping a bitch. You flipping a bitch. Yeah, it is. When she told me her real name, I was like, wait a minute. It isn't Penelope? He's like, hold on, what? It's like, no, it's a nickname. I'm like, damn, you got everybody fooled. I don't think many people would ever assume or even think it, which is great. That's why I asked you about Nicole being your name, because like it wouldn't surprise me if you told me no. I just go by that online. I'd be like, "What's your real name?" You'd be like, "You're like a Nikki," and I'm like, "That's Nicole." No, did it? YouTube held a comment of yours. That's interesting. I don't think I have any common words, baby. Well, Nicole, wait a minute. You're a managing mod. You could look into the you can look into my words that are banned in the chat, and you could see if you use one of those words. Like that little, the cog symbol. Under that, you can check the banned words and see. You can even add words to it, I think. I've seen people calling you Nikki. My friend Sam in North Carolina, I'm the only person that calls her Sam. Everyone else call. Oh yeah, I mean that's weird for YouTube to hold. That's not anything that's banned. Yeah, I was gonna say it's not likely that you used one of them. Penelope is cool. Yeah, I'm the only one that calls my friend Sam. Everyone else calls her Samantha. I'm like, hey Sam. She's turning 45 here soon. She was talking to me about it a few weeks ago. And she's like, I feel so young at heart. Like, turning 45, like, that's somebody else. That's not me. Like, that can't be me. There's no way that's me. She's like, I don't feel like it. I still feel like I'm in my 20s. Ooh. When is Mother's Day, y'all? No, I feel like Nicole would know. It's okay. It happens. The CD went live for a little bit last night. I was so distracted talking to Penelope and trying to make sure we communicated and communicated effectively. The other day I was live and she's like, I need to talk. And I ended my live immediately to talk to her. All attention on her. May 10th? Okay. We'll have to, when we get a little closer, hell, I guess we could today. Downtown, we should have done it while we were downtown. I didn't even think about Mother's Day. There's this chocolatier shop there that has these truffles that my mom likes. And I feel like, well, I should ask her. My mom's been going through a little period where she's been trying to diet a little bit and consume less sweets. I should probably ask her if she wants some sweets. If she's, we gotta go get her the chocolates. I don't know what else to get her. Yeah. I'm a little sad that me and Penelope had to take a break, but I mean, it's really sad, but it's not like the other reasons where women are just leaving her for another guy. There's something going on in her life that she can't focus on a relationship. She already didn't have time for it. And now she's losing whatever time she had left. So. As I've told her many times, that our relationship is in the future. That we are meant to be together. But right now is not the time that it's meant to be. It was hard to explain and word it properly. Like the future is ours. Our future is bright and our future is together. I just feel like both our lives are busy enough at the present moment that it just isn't going to work. And what she needs to do is get comfortable enough that she can tell me where she lives. I have an idea of where she lives. But if I did, I'd come visit her. I'd go see her in a heartbeat. Yeah, we're going to be friends. She made sure to not word it as just friends. We're going to be friends for a while. Because I don't think we could be just friends. We're too close and too connected to be just friends. But we're definitely going to be friends first, so. Do you see the drone? You see the drone? Is it a drone or is that balloons? Maybe it's balloons. Try balloons. Somebody lost their balloons. Yeah. At least we are. That's true. Was that balloons or was that a drone? Sorry, we're getting close to my place. That means camera off. It's awesome to have good friends like that. We might hang out a little bit. What I'm thinking of doing is going live through Steam. Going live through Discord and playing Kenshi on Discord today. I can play Kenshi through the Discord, so. And we can screen share, show it that way. Hey, Grace. I'm just in my neighborhood now, so I have my camera off. How is it going? You're wondering why my camera's on. That's why. Oh, the garage is up. That probably means my dad's walking. They're not even home. They're not even home and they have the garage door open. My parents are as irresponsible people as you can get. In Phoenix, they would leave our doors unlocked. They'd leave them open and unlocked. And I'm like, we're in the middle of a city. We're going to get fucking robbed. And they're like, I don't think that'll happen. Nobody's ever robbed us before. Why would it happen now? And I'm like, probably because you're in the middle of a city and you're leaving your door unlocked. And they're like, nobody would know unless they came and checked it. And I'm like, well, what if somebody came and checked it? And they told me, well, that's never happened to us before. Why would it happen now? I'm like, yeah, I've never had a heart attack before, but it could easily happen. Both me and my sister have to deal with that. She's like, what the hell? She's more paranoid than I am. Here, let's get up. Hey, BMCK. I was just getting my stuff inside. From the ride. I just can't believe that I have to explain to my parents stuff like if you go through a door, that you need to shut the door behind you. That you need to not leave the door open just to save time. Like, that's ridiculous. They will do that. They will go out of a door, like the front door or something, and leave it wide open so they don't waste time opening it back up to come back in. It's just as bullshit of an excuse as I could get. Yeah, we get insects in the house and everything. And they can't figure out why. When they go out and do yard work, they'll just leave the door open and you have to shut it after them. And you go, what the fuck? It's like, where did I learn this? I learned not to do this. I'm like, where the fuck did I learn this from? Because it wasn't them. Where'd I learn it, I wonder? I'll tell them that. Probably. Usually with my dad, what I'll do if he does it is I'll tell him, what would your mom think of you doing that? Like, I bet your mom wouldn't be happy if you did that. And then he'll correct his decision. If he's acting really obnoxious, that's the way to stop it. It's crazy, but... Because he's in his 70s, his mom passed when he was in his 20s, like... The fact that he's scared enough of her, even to this day, that you can invoke her name and it makes him correct his behavior is wild. Because he's lived more years without her than you did with her, so... I don't think your parents did a good job of raising you if 50 years after they pass, you're terrified of them. That's a little... That doesn't strike me as the best parents. Like, damn, their world has long passed. The world that they lived and existed in doesn't even... It's not even a thing anymore. Society's totally changed, totally evolved from what it was. HHC. I have some HHC on hand. That would mean that I have 3 of the banned chemicals now. I went federally illegal, and then the federal government snatched it away from me. It was like 8 years it was legal. Tried to stick to federally illegal, didn't work. The federal government snatched it away from me. All because of Big Pharma. People like the Bayer Corporation. Still doing lobbying. Still fucking over people. I don't buy any Bayer pharmaceuticals at all. They invented heroin. The company invented heroin. I'm not gonna give that company any of my money. What are they gonna invent next? Like, if I keep giving them money, they might invent something worse than heroin. I really like that. The zero sugar. What is it? Caddyshack? God, my beard is so fucking itchy today. Give me a moment. Hey, fat cat. I forgot. Tomorrow, their cleaning lady is coming. So that means today, all day long, they're gonna spend it tidying up. So it's gonna be pretty busy in the house and hard to be inside. They gotta clean up for the cleaning lady. They can't. They have to impress her. They're devoted to making sure that she's impressed with them. I don't know why. Yeah, they actually there's people that actually need it. And like I can do everything. But they don't care because I'm not a trained professional. And only trained professionals can do things. If you're not a trained professional, you can't do something. Which is really weird. Because people have skills and like hobbies, and since he doesn't have skills or hobbies, he assumes that everyone else doesn't. It's weird to deal with. If I had a cleaning person, I wouldn't tidy my house up to impress them the whole day before they came. That defeats the point. Like, you hire her for the reason to clean, not to clean up for her, hoping that she's gonna praise you. Like it's a fucking stranger. I've had to tell them more than once to not tell her my personal business. That she's a stranger, that I don't know her. That they need to not tell her my personal business. That's what you should. That's what you'd be able to tell my dad. I'd be like, I can do this. It's like, oh, only trained professionals be like, I was a Marine. He'd probably be like, so what? Given how anti-gun my family is, I can imagine it would be like that. My uncle was in the fucking military, like. They have a policy at their house. Like, if you have a firearm on you, you can't even go in their house. Like, so I just stopped visiting them. I don't carry, but that's not right. How about cleaning a toilet brush with your tongue? A toilet with your tongue? That's when you really pissed off the DI. The DI has probably already beat your ass, and he's probably already whipped you. Well, they don't do corporal punishment in the army anymore, or the Marines. They used to flog people. I don't know what they're supposed to stop flogging people, but I'm sure it still happens. A lot of the early people that joined the Marine Corps, like the first Marines, like the first ever, they came from like the British sailors. A lot of them were like the British sailors that were sick of getting flogged, and they wanted to board ships and board the British ships and take people out instead. Because he had some tough ass fucking dudes. Those sailors back in the day, about as tough as a person as you could come across. Somebody that's used to suffering for months and months at a time. No water, no food.
used to fighting in storms and just living in the worst conditions possible. Truly a real warrior. See, that's a little different. They think that somebody's evil because they have a gun on them. That's true. I get that. I get that for sure. You're just like, oh, I don't know. It better stay in the holster if they grab it. I'll never forget that guy that we were trying to move out of the house, and he had this fucking gun in his holster, and it kept knocking against the door frames. It was slowing us down with the moving. And I'm like, you want to take that off and like put it here in like the center? And he's like, oh no, I need to have it on me at all times. And I'm like, we're not even in a rough part of Topeka. It was like, you can set it here and it's centralized, and you can grab it if somebody comes to the door. Like, it's like, oh no. And it slowed us down. I was so pissed at him. That's a guy that wanted to explore that abandoned place with me. And I'm like, I'm glad I didn't. His fucking gun would have got caught in the little holes that I was having him drag his body through. I eventually talked him out of it because he was a guard at the jail, and I'm like, we get caught, you're gonna lose your job. Like, I have nothing to lose. You have everything to lose. Why would you want to do this? I was like, we could get caught. We're probably not gonna get caught, but we should prepare and anticipate that. And one of the things I told him is to not bring his gun. If he brings his gun, that's an extra felony for the trespassing. And I know he would have brought it. I was like, you can't have a weapon if you're in an abandoned place at all. You don't want to get caught with that. You're going to get an extra felony for it. Ain't going to be good. You might get a slap on the wrist, or you might get a felony if you have a weapon. That's not a good idea. I did exploring a lot in the past, and I got busted by the cops once. He searched my bag. He saw that I didn't have anything to break into vehicles. I mean, anything to break in or steal anything. So he believed me and he let me go. Hey, Penelope. Hey, girl. I'll give you the heart. Not the best heart. Let's do it better. There we go. Thank you for leaving a like. Had a pretty decent breakfast. The breakfast Baconator had the fakest egg I've ever seen in my life. It was like an egg out of a playset or something. But food was pretty good. And the Caddyshack is a good lemonade tea. If I do say so myself. Nice lemon. Yeah. It's like my brother said. It doesn't matter if it's Jesus Christ that hands you the gun and tells you it's unloaded. You always check it. Reminds me of that saying. Oh, I like our little Our little symbol thing that we have. Me and our daughter have a symbol thing. I like that little. It's cute. I met Fishy's daughter the other day. She was so adorable. Yeah, people kill people. That's awful. You shouldn't let your kids play around with guns. Like, if they're gonna play around with a gun, they should play around with it seriously and treat it. This is a dangerous tool. It is. I mean, it's you have an accident with a gun. You're very likely not going to be able to come back from that accident. So I think it's important to like really early like familiarize your kids with that, at least being comfortable around it. That's a good age for it. I think like 5 or something, or 5 or younger. I think that's a little. I think about 6 or so is the good age. But this is how I feel about it. I don't really care what other people do. Hey, JS. My opinions are my opinions. Whatever I feel about things, I don't care if other people do things differently from that. I don't fucking care. Yeah, one in the pipe. That's not good at all. That's like what happened at like with Alec Baldwin. If only Alec Baldwin knew firearm safety. I don't care if I'm on a movie set. If somebody hands me a gun, I'm checking to see if it's loaded. And I'd familiarize myself with the way blanks look as opposed to real bullets then. But because he's anti-gun, somebody died. Somebody like Keanu Reeves that never would happen with. Because Keanu Reeves is familiar with guns. Like, holy crap. Have you seen the way he trained for John Wick? Have you seen that, the firing range that he, like, trained at? They, like, posted their footage, like... The way he reloads a shotgun, he learned to reload a shotgun. I'm like, I wish I could learn that. Like, I really want to learn that. Being able to fully reload a shotgun in under a second, that's pretty deadly. Like, you're as deadly of a warrior as you can get at that point. Oh, you had a Dr. Pepper, JS. Yeah, with the homesteading, you've got to familiarize them with the firearms for the hunting. I don't know what wildlife you have around you, but if there's bears or anything, you have to be armed. Even a bow. I'd rather have a firearm than a bow. If I had a bow, I'd want to have a spear as well if I was going against a bear. The ancient humans, they fucking killed bears all the time with spears, though. And we're still here, so they didn't get wiped out by doing it. and they use like stone spears and shit. We have modern steel spears nowadays. Yeah, being awesome with the bow is a good skill to have. And Kenshi, the crossbows are to die for. I gotta show you all some of the crossbows. Particularly the Ranger crossbow. It is obviously on a firearm platform. Some sort of gun, they've put the crossbow into the firearm platform. At least the Ranger one is like that. The Springbat seems to be like an AK blower or something. It's so wild that the knowledge of what these firearms were lost, and they still turn them into bows. I'm not that good of a marksman. I'm good at staying calm under pressure. When my brother put me through that boot camp thing, I definitely stayed calm under pressure. That was a little wild. I still have never told my parents about it. Which they hate him nowadays because of what the crime that he did. Maybe I should tell him, but if I tell him like, oh yeah, when I was with Josh, like, he put me and like me and his real brother, like, we'd be raising hell. I mean, we had it coming for sure. I mean, yeah, I've been doing pretty good. Some shit's changed in my life a little bit, but it's been good. He'd like wake us up. His brother, he would never strike me, but his brother, he'd come in there with a gun. I'd be like, he'd have it like pointed at us, hollering at us. Usually, I'd wake up because he'd hit his brother. He'd hit his brother with the butt of the gun, and pull him out of the bed, and throw him down on the ground, and then he'd have a point in my face and shake me really like softly. He'd be like, "Oh, it's time to get up," and I'm like, "What the fuck?" I'm like, "Damn." It was a little bit wild, especially after the third deployment I'm in. The fact that he just kept going back and going back just made him feel more and more lost and unable to adjust and any of that. Went from a group home to the military. I mean, your son lives here and works like crazy, but she never sticks to her. Well, I'm glad they have a good parent. They have one good parent, it sounds like. That is good. Oh, I didn't even open the vape yet. I've been smoking it and I haven't even opened it. Thank you, Nicole. Yeah, I do need some positive energy. On the plus side, in Kenshi, I'm taking 2 steps forward. The game's pushing me 5 steps back, but I've got to the point I'm taking 2 steps forward instead of just 1 step forward. So that's good. I have enough squad members too, like particularly Kayaku, Leaf, and Eric. They're strong enough. I had Kayaku, she got jumped by one of the starving bandit hordes that has like 50 in it. And she beat them all without really getting hurt at all. So she's real powerful. The starving bandits, of course, are starving. They have the starving effect on them. And they don't have very high skills. It was funny when we were in the United Cities territory. We were getting attacked by slave hunters who were like, oh, they look close enough to slaves anyway. They'll fetch a good price. I click on the slave hunters, and like the strongest of them has 20 attack. Our strongest member has like 55 attack. And that's just one of them. There's 10 of them. Like, I gotta show you all Shun. It was crazy to go into Shun. There's like the old Empire was. The old Empire was there, like there were libraries and all this. But it's completely peaceful. At least for the Moon of Kenshi, it's peaceful. There's only 2 enemy types that spawn in the area. And yeah, they are skin spiders and gorillas. Pretty tough opponents. No human spawns. No beak things. No beak things. No beak things is big. The beak things are rough. One of my squad members, they lost both their legs in a fight against the beak thing, so. That's so crazy. When your character, they'll lose a limb or something, or they'll hit like a critical sort of point where they get knocked out. That's crazy to see. I'm glad we don't hear it, because they start screaming. They'll just like start just screaming and then just pass out, and it's pretty vicious. Even for how it's just like kind of portrayed in like the text form, it's still pretty vicious. Your characters will definitely react to getting hurt. Like you'll have people that'll get hit and they'll take like a lot of damage and they'll be like, ah, fuck. They'll be like, oh fuck. And you'll be like, damn. A 3-hour music lesson yesterday. That's awesome. I've got to share you some of the Resonance music. The orchestral nature, well, particularly their more modern albums are more orchestral in nature. And I feel like noise and outsider music, for somebody that's a proper musician, music like that is super inspiring. And it really helps you as a musician to do better. And be like, I can do whatever. Like, I can do it. Like, I can make whatever I want. Like, I've got it. I can really... I can make this happen. Seeing people that had their dreams come true. Kids around on Mother's Day. Oh, yeah. No, I was talking about the resonance. I feel like the outsider noise music is, particularly the more orchestral ones, like the. I have a resonance song that I'm thinking of. There's a recent one that was very orchestral in nature. There's one that's like orchestral in nature and it's also death metal. It's both of them. They have like that's a crazy album. That's not the one I'm talking about though. But it'll go from like death metal to like the Resonance orchestral sound. That is a ghost of to ghost, something like that. That ghost music. So I am. That's fucked up. You're only 3 hours away from your mom. You should make time to go see her. More than just holidays. That's kind of. Sweet. Definitely. It's so itchy. I need a shower this morning. Sometimes well, it's the afternoon, so it's getting so full, but also so itchy. Okay. So if I wanted to divide up the warriors and the workers, we take Kayaku because it's her blades. We kind of want to take Leaf too, but I think leaving Leaf behind will be good. Plop, you're Hyber. You're gonna stay. We'll bring the Shek with us. Everybody who's not a Shek will stay and work. And then we need to go get some more blades. Or some workers. Some fighters. I think so. Not for a minute or two? Huh. You all are off work now? Leaf. Why don't you operate that? 100. Beep. Okay, you're doing all the cooking. Okay. I have not. So we're gonna take our Czech army, which are our biggest eaters. The most expensive to feed by far. Attic. You're gonna come over here, Eric. We're taking we made a bunch of katanas and all this sort of stuff. We're malnourished. We have to get the Czech out of here. That's part of the thing. We have to get the Czech the fuck out of here. And away from the rest of the group so we can build up some food. There's the basin, Kenshi. It might not look like much, but damn, it's definitely something. We wanna... I guess we repeat it. The guardless katanas. This base is... This is a pretty good base in Kenshi, I'll tell you that. We have a little... We need to build another house, but we have a good storm house. Since you can build anywhere, you kind of run into some areas that are a little weird to build. But we have a 3-gate system. Which really doesn't do a lot, it just kind of gives us more time to be like, oh shit, they're invading us. Yeah. We got wind power. We got one wind generator and we got another. Here they move until where the wind is blowing. Look at this, they have to swim through this to get to this gate. And this gate they have to swim too. Which gives us plenty of time, if this was built correctly, that we could fire at them from this, but you can't place crossbows here for some reason. So maybe we can over here. Which would mean like upgrading this. Let's see. Unlock this. Open the door. Enemies don't very well. You can see that even we don't swim very fast. Because we got plenty of building, yeah. We got these little storage things where this produces building material for us. This does. So we can definitely upgrade these walls. There's not really any reason to. But we'll just do it anyway. We're going to take these people back up to the hub. What we're trying to do with the Shek is, for our warriors, we're going to go Shek warriors, even though they're so expensive to feed. So fucking expensive. Why are they not going at the same speed? Why is Kayaku running up so much faster than them? They're supposed to be moving at the same speed. What the fuck? I know a lot of them are. The movement in Kenshi can leave a little bit. Yeah, you remember when I was building the wall across the water? Well, this base has, like, there's cactus farms here. This guy's producing food. We actually have a base. We're actually, like, producing resources. We can make our own weaponry. We're in an arid climate, so we can't really produce green fruit. What is this? Oh, it's a song. Erica's hungry. Do none of these people have food on them? Do none of y'all have food on you? Eric is out of. Voth is usually our one with food on him. Damn, no food on him. We're gonna have to go to the way station and get some. Get some food, I bet. It can be a little hard to manage the inventories, I won't like. Once you get these backpacks in here. I like to have everybody with a large backpack and then a small one. Kayaku found these, so a small, a medium, and a trader. Gives her a lot of room to work with. Ooh. Are the nomads gonna get mad at me for... Wait, these are the dust bandits. Oh, we ain't lost, boy. You're the one that's lost. Even him, he's gonna be starving, but... Let's follow, like, Eric. Hey, Eric, let's go over this one. Even though he's starving. And overweight. Damn, he hit him for 68. Ooh, Oron is gonna fuck him up. He could use some moonshine right now. There's food on this. No, there's not food in the goat. I thought there'd be meat on the goat. I guess not. What about this goat? Oh, there is meat on this goat. That's good. We can build a campfire now. Where can we build it at, though? The Shek eat more food than other warriors. So we have 77,000 cats. Good amount of money for sure. We basically just spend our money on food. That's why we moved the Shek away from here. So they can produce food at the base and get a large amount of food stockpiled up. Because if we have Shek around, they're just gonna eat us out of house and home. So the hivers, I love the hivers. They can eat rotten meat. They can eat raw meat. You don't have to just cook them food. Eric is in heavy armor too. This guy is tough. Heavy armor, heavy weapon. I think we're gonna roam the wasteland. We need to get, oh yeah, I was looking. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 warriors. You're in the hackers. Okay. We're going for somebody with the katana, the sabers, hackers, heavy weapons. So we need somebody with blunt, pole arms, and martial arts. So we need 3. We need 3 more Shek to roam the wasteland with. And those will be our warriors that go out. The actual blades. Led by Kayaku, of course. She's the only non-Shek out of them all. Elrond, I kind of want to get her a different headpiece, but also I like the medium one on her. Rain the Giant is just over here in light armor with her freaking combat cleaver. You look at the combat cleaver stats, and look at that. That's 49 and 35 was the blunt damage. Oh, you look over here at like Kayaku, like 108 and 10, and that's with a cat number 3 katana. Look at the longsword. That's a cat number 3, like probably as good as you can get produced. 98 and 10. This is just a refitted blade. This is the 3rd quality. Having those so close together, nuts. Yeah, there's why I don't go live, because my dad was screaming down the stairs. Gotta. You gotta be notified of everything at all times. She's really fast. For a Shek, she is so fast of a warrior. It's crazy to see. Damn, we cut somebody's arm off. Oh, we severed somebody's leg and their arm. Damn. Yeah, I've got to go because my parents are now up to stuff and they're just awake and they're moving around the house. And they believe it's rude to give people personal space. That they would have loved it if their parents were all up in their business, talking to them, wanting to be spending time with them. So why should you have an issue? You're just saying that to be mean to them. They need to learn boundaries and respect, but at their age, it's not going to happen. So not allowed to do. The only way I can do my own thing is if I leave, because they have to be hyper involved and hovering around, being personally involved in every second of the day. Because they would have loved their parents to do that, and they didn't do it for them. So they have to act out their childhood traumas on me to show me respect. Which is... If somebody tells you not to do something every single day and you do it anyway to show them respect, that's the opposite of showing them respect. And they can't grasp it. It doesn't make any sense to them. It's weird to deal with. The exterminator's coming by and they're freaking out and they're tense and they're nervous. They need anxiety medication. They take it, and the first thing they do is look around and be like, "Why are our walls so gray? Like, why is our house like this?" Well, you don't get to. If you're at the house, you don't get to do anything because they hyper focus towards these tasks, and then they'll hover around you and try and get you to hyper focus in on these tasks. No, they wake up anxious and they go to sleep anxious. They wake up freaking out, worried about the day, worried about what's going to go on, what's going to do, what's happening. Every single day, they're just in this constant state of panic and freaking out and bothered and upset. And nothing's going their way, nothing's going good. And I've never seen anything bad happen in their life ever to them. It's literally because they try and grasp so much control over every angle and every aspect of the day that it makes them unpleasant and unhappy because it's not realistic. It's not a realistic thing, so. But there might be some task that they've hyper-focused on. And that's it. They assume that you're hyper-focused on that task too, and you want to drop what you're doing to hyper-focus on the task. Because at my dad's office, that's what his workers are do. So why don't family members do the same thing that his workers did? Well, it can be difficult to navigate when people don't. They don't listen. They don't care. Like, if I try and talk to my dad, he'll be changing the subject, trying to talk about anything else. Yesterday, I was trying to tell a story, and he changed the subject on me 3 times in the middle of the story. Didn't even get a sentence out. I'd get a sentence out, and then he'd change it to something else. And you're like, you don't want to talk to somebody like that. That's not fun. And it was to interrupt me to complain about these various workers at this place that he went to. Always complaining about workers and gossiping about them. They make assumptions about people. They look at them once and then they'll talk and gossip about them all day long. You have to deal with that all day. That's part of why I can't go live, because they're always talking about and always spreading people's personal lives and their business. And you're like, I don't fucking care. Like, I don't care that much. Always having some theory about, oh, they can do this to improve their life and do it better and live and do this. I can't believe they're doing that. Can't believe they're living their life like that. And it's a sign of being unhappy. If you're unhappy in life, you're very critical of everybody around you. That's not pleasant to be around. People wonder how I stay so calm and relaxed. Yeah. Yeah, my dad's like that. He'll use the term like buzzwords. He'll be like, are you just using your buzzwords to try and hurt my feelings? He'll say shit like that. He's like, oh, you're just using buzzwords to try and hurt my feelings. Because I was talking to him about like boundaries and respect, and he's like, oh, those are just buzzwords. You're just trying to hurt my feelings. Like, no, like, it's not respectful to do this thing. Probably the worst behavior is you'll like tell him something, and then he'll look it up on Google, and he'll pull up the first result, and he'll be shoving his phone in your face, being like, look, you're wrong, look, Google says differently, you're wrong about that. Like, what the fuck? You didn't do any research. I'll never forget the time that, because I don't take my phone if I go out to eat, there was this table of like really old people, and they were complaining about how young people are always on their phone, not living in the moment and not enjoying it. And they turn to the table where I'm trying to talk to my dad, and he has his face buried in the phone, and he's not listening to me. And they stopped having their conversation. They just stopped and they moved on to another one. They were like, "Oh shit, damn! I guess we were wrong." They were like, "Oh fuck." It was funny. They turned and then they just like stopped in the mid conversation, and they just Sorry, I don't even remember what they talked about after. Because you're trying to talk to him and he's just staring at his phone, doing things on his phone. And you're just like, I'm trying to live in the moment. Oh, yeah. I just think of one of the examples, like, with how they act and behave. In Hawaii, there is this man that, he's probably 95, maybe older. I don't know for sure. But we'd been to, like, Whole Foods, and he was struggling to get in his car, like, real badly. It was awful. And my parents and my sister were just cracking up, dying, laughing at it. And I was watching it for a bit, and he was trying his hardest. And I went over and helped him, and they got mad at me for ruining their fun. They're like, it was so funny. And I'm like, this dude was crying when I came up to him. Like, that his son was right, that he wasn't able to go out and do things on his own anymore. And he was really broken up about it. And I looked in his car and I'm like, you have your groceries in here. You did all the steps of the grocery shopping. You did everything. Like, it's like you did really good. Like, you gotta tell him that at least. I asked him if he wanted help getting on, and he let me. He held on to me, and he was able to get on then. Yeah, I was like, your son was only partially right. I mean, he'd got out of that car. He'd done all the grocery shopping. I mean, that's pretty impressive. I'd asked him if he'd wanted help first. I didn't just go up and help him. He just couldn't sit back down in his car. He was struggling so hard to get it. He'd fallen down once or twice. It was rough for him. I'm sure. But they didn't talk to me for a day after that. I was there in Hawaii. If I was here in the mainland America anywhere, I would have walked home. It would have happened. Because I was in Hawaii, I couldn't leave. I couldn't do it. There's no way to get back to the house. It's impossible. But the way they were acting, I would have fucking left where we were saying. Like if we were in Arizona, I would have walked back home. Without a doubt. Because I was disgusted by it, that they were so upset they wouldn't talk to me over that. Like people aren't fucking props for your entertainment. The fuck's wrong with you people? Oh, thank you. That old man was. I remember him. He's dead now. That's for sure. That was 13 years ago. I'm saying 95 was probably the youngest he could have been. So he was old. I'm trying to have a good day. I'm back in my parents' house and there's shit going on. They just stay moving around all day talking and everything. I have to sit here like this because I have to pay attention because my dad could easily just randomly open the door and scream my name at me. There's something going on. He has to scream your name at you and update you. Like I'm not an office worker. I don't give a fuck. Like just do what you need to do in the day and that's good. Like and he can't grasp it. He can't grasp it. He doesn't understand it. It doesn't make any sense. I think if you're trying to be a good person for too long, you're not actually a good person. You don't have to try to be good. You don't have to try to do good things for people. I don't think so. So in Kenshi, we're gonna go back up to the hub. We're gonna equip everybody. Once we get to the hub, we're gonna go to our weapons locker. And we're gonna drop off the weapons. We're gonna equip everybody with the katanas. That's how you train the dexterity in the game. And then we're gonna go to Squim and a Magda. And we're gonna look in the bars along with the way station that's down to the south for any Shek drifters. Hopefully we can find some proper Shek warriors. Like Rain the Giant we have is a proper Shek warrior. Oh, of course. Hopefully that goes well. She costs us a fair bit of money to recruit her. Oh, of course. But like the drifters don't have combat skills, but there's some other like recruits that you can hire that actually have skills. Most of the drifters don't. I got attacked by one of the drifters. I don't know what the fuck they were thinking. They have like 5 combat. And they're attacking somebody with 55, like. Not only that, it's just super high dexterity. She's gonna fuck you up. Gonna fuck everything up. Yeah, it's good to see you, too. It's a really nice energy drink. Hey, Colby. Trapper. Yeah, we went on a little hike earlier. There's this nature area that I'm trying to show everybody. I've been trying since winter to show everybody it in the different seasons. But unfortunately, we don't have a lot of different seasons anymore, so. We don't have a lot of seasons, so. But the sunflowers have all been burned away now. By the summertime, the sunflowers will come back. And when the sunflowers are around, it's awesome. It's so beautiful there. I heard that it snowed in Wyoming. Yeah, Wyoming. I was like, what the hell? It's kind of cold here. It was 85. 85 like 2 days ago. Now it's 56. I'm fucking sick of it. At least it's not like earlier in the year. Earlier in the year, it was 90 one day, I think it was, and then it was 22 the next day. I had the air conditioning on. I woke up and I was so cold. I was like, "What the hell? Did I fall asleep outside?" It felt like I'd fallen asleep like outside or something. It was. I had to turn the heat on like immediately. I could see my breath and everything. I don't know how cold I got it in the house, but AC on is 22 degrees outside. Ain't fun. That ain't fun at all. And I think it would happen, like, even with if you're in a cabin, that would be awful. That kind of shift would be awful. Because having to turn that wood, like having to stoke the wood stove and get it on. Oof. Because you wouldn't have had it on or prepared before. When it's 90 degrees outside. I guess the ancient, well, not the ancient, but the early Americans, they always had a fire going, so. Or the early American settlers, I guess I should say. They'd always have a fire going. Like the earlier Americans, I'm like, no. We don't even know anything about, like, the mound builders or the Pueblo people. Or the, oh, what's that third one? Oh, I know my Southwest history. Why can't I think of it? Starts with an O. I don't know. Whoa, Fishy is live. Holy shit. I don't know if you've ever checked out Fishy Things. Trapper. Well, he's my favorite fisherman. He's my best friend on YouTube. I actually made a best friend on YouTube. It's so hard to trust people or open yourself up at all to people on YouTube, especially. Nice to actually make a friend, because I've been using YouTube for a long fucking time. Since I was a teenager. So I've met a lot of fucking people over that time. Like, a lot. We're coming up on 20 years. 20 years is like 2 years away? 3 years away? 20 years of doing YouTube is nuts. Nuts. I would say that most entertainers have not been doing something for 20 years. And Google needs to recognize it. Like, I have well put in my 3,000 watch hours, regardless of if my channel says I've earned them or not. I have. I put in thousands of hours of work. I mean, I feel like the content stagnates because I can't make money from it. I can't. Well, I can't like mediate the cost of what I do. That's the whole like. That's why I want to be monetized and stuff. I would love to make videos and have the production budget be zero, even if I don't make money from it. Having the production budget be zero, where it pays for itself. Like, that's the big goal. Like, you guys would get great content, man. Like the other day when I did my Taco Bell thing, that's $18. Like, and I didn't even get 10 views on it, maybe 11 views on it. I don't know. I've been live for a little bit. I woke up a little bit early. Just ranting. We're on one. That old, as I tell people, that old gunslinger in that bar that won't shut up and tells all those tall tales. that might or might not be true. That's me. Just at a younger stage of my life. That is me. Like, I can ramble on and talk and talk and just. It's a skill, really. Being able to ramble on and talk and be engaging and or people actually want to listen. I've thought about doing some history segments covering maybe some of the history stuff that doesn't get covered as much. When I was in college at the library, there were several things that we were banned from. Like if people tried to check out these certain books and stuff, we couldn't like check it out to them. There was certain like information like about the Indian schools. Oh yeah, I saw that we couldn't let anyone that was not native check out the books. And we had to, if people asked us questions, we had to avoid the question and not tell the people where the books were located about the Indian schools. And as soon as I learned that, the first thing I did is go check those books and learn about it because I'm like, what the fuck are Indian schools? Why am I not supposed to know about this? And then I'm like, oh, oh, the federal government's evil. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna end and probably go watch Fishy. That sounds good to me. Cheers, y'all.